Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star original continent based on novel. So let's start. Shattered rocks were scattered all over in random directions, distorting the surrounding space. That golden hoof drove through many scattered rocks to appear before Luo Feng in a flash. Get lost. Luo Feng's body made a slight movement. Dazzling silver blade rays flashed instantly. The 4 silver wings on Luo Feng's back expanded suddenly, and the edges of his wings became incredibly sharp. Right away, he executed his blade technique, Golden Light, striking hard against the scales of the golden hoof. He was going head-on and confronting the golden hoof with a toughness that matched its own. Silver blades collided with the scales. A loud crash resounded. The golden horned lizard only swayed a tiny bit to the side, but was thrown into the air upon colliding with the flying rocks. It was forced to retreat, but it was the same case for Luo Feng, who also retreated due to the impact of collision. The golden horned lizard roared before it charged towards Luo Feng again. Good wings. They can be so powerful when used as a blade. Luo Feng merely gave an indifferent smile. What a joke. Since the spirit of his Shawu wings had been born, through the snippets of memories that it had, Luo Feng had gotten to know the true colors of his Shawu wings. Although they had various functions, the most important function was that once used to fight, it was like a battle blade. The other 5 pairs of wings were only to support the back of the blade. The topmost pair of wings was the blade itself. That damaged pair of white wings was the blade. Of course, one would be the edge of the blade while the other would be the hilt. But that was not to say that the other wings of Shawu were inferior. In terms of tenacity, Shawu wings had an advantage. The pair of white wings was stronger due to its sharpness, but after going through a battle, while the other wings were unharmed, this pair of white wings was damaged. This sharpness was why the white wings was so important. The edges of Shawu wings were sharp, too, but they were nothing compared to the white wings. Upon transformation by the origin, then undergoing the penetration of the cutting-edge power of the white wings, the resulting power was intense. And if the pair of white wings were to strike a blow alone, the force would be even more intimidating. Shawu wings were not as powerful. Yet they were still a part of the original wing-type true treasure, and had absorbed energy from the origin to facilitate its self-restoration process. Therefore, they had also attained the level of a unique object. When used as a standalone blade during battles, it was comparable to a pinnacle true treasure blade. Clang! Luo Feng pulled out his blade from behind instantly. Yintuo, you think I am afraid of you? You are merely an undying fighter. Trampling on you is easy. Luo Feng held absolute guest blade. In an instant, he had become a beam of light and was coursing through the countless, shattered rocks flying about haphazardly. Then, with both legs, he stomped hard onto a 10,000-kilometer shattered rock flying about randomly. And he charged directly toward the golden horned lizard. What arrogance, said the golden horned lizard, flying into a fury. Lowering its head, it directed its horn at Luo Feng and charged toward him. Yet he was first greeted by a burning, endless flame. Blazing Flames Ocean and Golden Kingdom had superimposed. The golden blade ray lit up. A silver light shone. Luo Feng's absolute guest and the edge of his left wing executed the golden light technique simultaneously. Together with the double empowerment of Blazing Flames Ocean and Golden Kingdom, he rained attacks on the golden horned lizard's hardy skull. Wherever the hits landed, faint cracks of black spaces would appear. The golden horned lizard and Luo Feng were both tossed away by the shocking impact. Along the way, they might even be hit by the shattered rocks flying all over the place at 100 times the speed of light. You have to use time and space, the golden horned lizard roared, as well as the double empowerment of your domain true treasures before you can break even with me. Obviously, your godly body and techniques are still very weak. I don't believe you cannot be killed here at God-destroying Valley. Humph. Luo Feng took one look at the golden horned lizard. Having fought until then, he had yet to reveal his trump card. Under his control, Golden Kingdom had been consistent with its degree of power outburst within Universe Ocean since entering the region, yet he had never really propelled it to reveal its current limit, which was a truly high degree of power outburst. Golden Kingdom and Blazing Flames Ocean put together were enough to suppress an Young Master's top-tier domain-type true treasure. Under normal circumstances, maintaining it at such a level should suffice. As for its limit, Golden Kingdom, once pushed to its limit, would reach the level of a unique object. Golden Kingdom alone, even if Luo Feng's godly power was lacking, would still be comparable to a pinnacle domain-type true treasure used by a universe master. And it was not just any other universe master of subpar ability like Sky Wolf Master, but universe masters of absolute top-tier presences like Primal Chaos City Leader and Star River Master. If I pushed Golden Kingdom to execute its maximum power, given how strong Shiwu wings are, news will spread further, and more great beings will covet it even more, Luo Feng thought. So long as there is no need to, I shall not use this trump card of mine. Luo Feng was not afraid of revealing it. So what if he needed to do so? Who would be able to snatch it away from him? It was just that one Yin Tuo was not enough to force him to show his ace in the hole. Yin Tuo, with that little capability of yours, exchanging blows with you once is enough, said Luo Feng. I cannot be bothered wasting my time here with you. Luo Feng stood afar, suspended in mid-air. Then, with one focus look, a gigantic blazing blade of flames emerged from the endless blazing flames ocean. The blazing blade wasted no time in executing its technique, and charged toward the golden horned lizard. Luo Feng, on the other hand, turned around and flew away at high speed. He only left behind a part of his consciousness to control the blazing blade in its fight against the golden horned lizard. Blazing Flame's blade was comparable to a top-tier true treasure. Furthermore, it had the empowerment of Golden Kingdom, putting aside the fact that it was relatively weaker when it came to killing prowess, which was only the level of a third-grade universe master. It might not have been able to destroy the golden horned lizard, but it could, at the very least, obstruct the golden horned lizard's way. You human, don't you dare escape, the golden horned lizard roared. Luo Feng continued flying off at lightning speed. Behind him, the golden horned lizard was exchanging blows with the blazing flames blade, though it persevered in its relentless chase after him. You know you will never be able to catch up with me, said Luo Feng. Nor will you be able to do anything to me at all, yet you are still so persistent. Luo Feng's brows furrowed as he gave a slight frown. Looking far ahead, the power of the lava whirlpool was terrifying. The black, rocky land was breaking apart, and many gigantic rocks were revolving at high speed in midair, looking as though they were dancing to a very fast rhythm. Luo Feng looked on and laughed, this old fellow. He wanted to bully me, as he thought that I did not know the true secret of the lava whirlpool. He wanted to see me falter there. No matter how many times the blazing flames blade struck, the golden horned lizard persevered, relentlessly giving chase. Yin Tuo, did you think that I would not have known about the dangers of the middle region of that lava whirlpool, the annihilation whirlwind? Luo Feng's voice resonated in the surroundings of the golden horned lizard. The golden horned lizard was taken aback, and became motionless for some time. How did he know? Impossible. That annihilation whirlwind is invisible, and it was at the core of the lava whirlpool, so exploring it is impossible. Ordinary great beings would run and hide from this central region of the lava sea. They would not be so silly as to try breaking through the core. Such highly confidential information. Even the current reincarnation era of my ancestral god school just learned of it. Yin Tuo was truly shocked. Originally, I intended to execute my technique right, at the moment when he made a detour about the central core region, then I would stimulate the core of the annihilation whirlwind and let it spread its influence over him. Humph. My godly body is massive with a unique gift, and I was barely able to evade that annihilation whirlwind. A large portion of universe masters, once they have fallen into that annihilation whirlwind, would instantly be strangulated to annihilation. There was no escape at all. Yet since Luo Feng knew, naturally he would not fall for Yin Tuo's ploy. Besides, Luo Feng controlled the domain. There was no chance for Yin Tuo to execute his technique to stimulate the annihilation whirlwind. How did he know? This. Even among various figures of top powers from the second reincarnation era, very few know of it. And the top power figures from the primal universe do not really explore much of the three most dangerous lands. This classified information. How? Yin Tuo was in rage and fury. It was common knowledge that although universe masters would fight against one another, it was hard to kill one another. However, within the three most dangerous lands, if one's survival ability was stronger, and if he had more understanding about the lurking dangers, he could make use of the terrifying dangers to arrange the death of his opponent. Ha ha ha. Luo Feng was bowling over with laughter. Then he transformed into a streak of light and flew off into the distance. At this juncture, a large number of rocks from the middle region of the vast black rocky land, brought about by the lava whirlpool, had been shattered and scattered off in all directions. A deep blue planet ship previously concealed by the many black rocks was revealed. This deep blue planet ship was severely damaged. At that moment, with a fierce and forceful wind blowing, the ship gradually started to take off from the ground. It slowly began to emerge from the vast, rocky land. "True treasure," Golden Horned Lizard cried, dashing over right away. "It is a true treasure," said Luo Feng. Even Luo Feng was slightly taken aback, and quickly dashed over too. The three most dangerous lands were originally the birthplaces of many true treasures. Even Huge Axe Creator had been able to obtain a supreme true treasure when he was in the Tilted Peak sector. For Luo Feng, however, although he had been in the universe boat for so many years, it was his first time seeing a true treasure. Although it is a damaged true treasure, its aura is still very powerful, thought Luo Feng. The harsh environment of God-destroying Valley is filled with a variety of dangerous conditions. True treasures that are less powerful have already been shattered. As for this damaged true treasure, judging by its aura, it has to be a top-tier palace-type true treasure. Luo Feng made a speedy judgment. It doesn't matter if there are slight damages. Sitting Mountain Guest Teacher would be able to restore the damaged parts easily. Even if I allowed it to be swallowed by the White Wings to help it in their self-restoration in the future, that would be good, too. An ordinary true treasure and senior true treasure would never be able to exist within the environment of God-destroying Valley. "It's mine." Yin Tuo roared. "Ha ha. You think it's yours just because you say so," Luo Feng said with a sneer. He was the closest to the core region, and he was in control of the domain. The moment the gigantic, deep blue planet shop had been unearthed, a hazy golden light quickly bound it and sent it flying to Luo Feng. Closely following was a trace of godly power that speedily penetrated the deep blue planet ship. Yin Tuo saw everything that happened and gritted his teeth in anger. Bastard. He was full of hatred. Why had he stayed in God-destroying Valley for so long? Because this place was one of the most dangerous lands, and the more dangerous a land, the stronger the true treasures that would appear. He was not strong enough to make it into the core region, so he had stayed in God-destroying Valley for a long time, awaiting his chance. He was also aware that once the lava whirlpool wreaked havoc within God-destroying Valley, a true treasure would appear, but he had not expected it to be so coincidental, to be born at this moment. "Ha ha ha. A top-tier flying-type true treasure," said Luo Feng. "Although damaged, it is still rewarding enough. What an accidental surprise. This Yin Tuo must really be my lucky star." Luo Feng manipulated the deep blue planet ship, bringing it to himself. On the other side of the lava whirlpool, two other figures suddenly came out of a deep cave, transformed into two streaks of light, and speedily flew toward the lava whirlpool. They were a pair from the Divine Eye clan. "The lava whirlpool has appeared and is stirring up countless shattered rocks," said the first one. "There may be true treasures appearing. Look. That deep blue planet ship is a true treasure. 5 Chaos Master, look. There is a golden horned lizard. Oh, it must be Yin Tuo. Just Yin Tuo. Not much of a threat to 5 Chaos. There is someone else." These two great beings of the Divine Eye clan had also stayed in God-destroying Valley for a long time, so when they had sensed that the lava whirlpool was emerging, they too had arrived shortly. They also quickly realized that closest one to the deep blue planet ship was a living soul, a human. Golden light. Silver wings. That must be Silver Wings Horde leader. Yes, it's Silver Wings Horde leader. 5 Chaos Master, that Silver Wings Horde leader is extremely weak, and the only edge he has is that winged true treasure. How dare he come to God-destroying Valley? He's walking to his own death, so he can't blame anyone. The great beings of the Divine Eye clan immediately identified that famous human being from the original universe. They were powerful enough to be in God-destroying Valley. Besides, the Divine Eye clan was the most powerful pinnacle race in the first universe era, which made them much stronger than the loosely knit ancestral god school. Luo Feng also identified the two great beings of Divine Eye clan. Who were they? It was 5 Chaos Master and Ultimate Arrow Master. Ultimate Arrow Master was at Ice Mountain Master's level, and he had a pinnacle domain type true treasure. He was proficient in arrows, which was rare even in Universe Ocean. As for 5 Chaos Master, he was at a completely different level. He could rival Primal Chaos City Leader, and he had pinnacle domain type and pinnacle palace type true treasure. I have met another two great beings of the Divine Eye clan, thought Luo Feng. I can deal with that ultimate arrow master, as he's at the same level with Yinu. That 5 Chaos Master is a handful. Luo Feng's expressions changed. Besides, I heard that he follows 5 beast god paths: space and gold, space and wood, space and water, space and fire, and space and mud. He can even rival my teacher. Damn it, why am I so unlucky? I have met 3 universe masters in Universe Boat, 5 Chaos Master included. Luo Feng knew that there were many caves under the black, rocky ground, and there were endless mazes. It was much safer within the mazes, as teleportation was allowed in that labyrinth. As long as one could find a safe route, he could change directions easily and dodge Molten Lava Devil God. The Divine Eye Clan and the Ancestral God School from the first universe incarnation era both devoted plenty of time and energy to studying the mazes, so they knew some safe routes. However, the map left by Jie Fanzi didn't include the safe routes. After all, Jie Fanzi was a lone universe supreme master. For one thing, he was so powerful that he didn't want to go into the mazes, and he also didn't have the time or energy for that. Jie Fanzi spent more time in the core area, as the inner area didn't deserve his time and energy. Ha ha ha. Isn't this Yinu? Ultimate Arrow Master laughed. Yinu, you're a famous great being in our first universe era, and you failed to seize a true treasure from this human nobody. I think you might as well just die. Useless, 5 Chaos Master snorted. Water ripples appeared, extinguishing the flames from Luo Feng. Churning water ripples were formed centered around 5 Chaos Master, and their voices were transmitted through the water ripples. The golden horned lizard grew infuriated. Ultimate Arrow, 5 Chaos, then prove that you're strong by seizing true treasures from that human. Get nothing and be defeated instead. We're not as incapable as you, Ultimate Arrow Master said with a sneer. Luo Feng looked at everything. The great beings from the first incarnation eras were all mad, because they were facing true death, and there were lots of interpower struggles in the first years. As for Luo Feng, he concentrated on 5 Chaos Master, as he was a handful. Only the original universe could breed small universes, and universe supreme masters. Once an incarnation was over, those universe masters from the previous incarnation eras could never become universe supreme masters, which was why universe masters like 5 Chaos Master could never make a breakthrough. He has a pinnacle domain type true treasure, Water Ripple Prison, thought Luo Feng. However, it's only a mediocre pinnacle domain type true treasure. Even though Water Ripple Prison was only mediocre, 5 Chaos Master was able to make the best use of it. He wouldn't be able to resist it unless he fully utilized Golden Country. That broken spaceship shrank to the size of a fist and flew to Luo Feng's palm. Rat, give me the spaceship true treasure and your wing true treasure, and I'll spare your life, yelled Ultimate Arrow Master. We're not Yinu, and we both have pinnacle domain type true treasures. Either one of us is able to suppress the time and space controlled by your wing true treasure. Without the help of space and time, you might die today. Just give us the true treasures so you won't suffer greater losses, 5 Chaos Master said, staring at Luo Feng indifferently. Luo Feng guffawed. Like what Yinu said, everyone can bluff. But nobody knows what will happen in the end. Humph. 5 Chaos Master snorted. The endless water ripple prison started to move, and the energies became gigantic heavenly pillars. Suddenly, a giant palm appeared. There were 5 fingers on the palm. The palm was 10 billion kilometers long, and the 5 fingers were golden, turquoise, blue, red, and yellow, respectively. 5 beast god paths were contained in them. Then die. 5 Chaos Master said indifferently. The palm slapped toward Luo Feng. Luo Feng looked up. Gosh! That gigantic palm, 10 billion kilometers tall. It blocked everything above, and the 5 fingers were like heavenly pillars. That palm was more terrifying than those rocks, and the move made Luo Feng realize how terrifying the beings at Primal Chaos City Leaders level were. If it weren't for Golden Country, 5 Chaos Master could kill him with one move. Ultimate Arrow Master smirked. We've given him a chance. Sadly, he didn't treasure it. Without that golden light, this Luo Feng is just weak. The golden horned lizard shook his head. He's helpless now. Even if he hides in a palace-type true treasure, he will be caught by 5 Chaos, and he'll still be miserable. Suddenly, Water Ripple Prison trembled, and traces of gold tore the ripples apart, driving out all the ripples. An area of tens of square light years was engulfed in Golden Country, and Water Ripple Prison completely disappeared. The palm completely disappeared immediately following water ripple prison. What? The golden horned lizard was shocked. Impossible. Ultimate Arrow Master couldn't help shouting. Though water ripple prison wasn't one of the best pinnacle domain type true treasures, it was still a pinnacle one, and it was used by 5 Chaos Master. 5 Chaos Master squinted the first time, and he gazed at the wing of Luo Feng with greed. Great wing, the voice of 5 Chaos Master rumbled. Give me the wing. This is your last chance. Luo Feng's eyes turned red completely. Just fight. Damn it. He didn't want too much trouble, which was why he didn't fully utilize Shawu Wing even though Shawu Wing had completely changed. However, he was facing the terrifying 5 Chaos Master, so he had no choice. Perhaps he would attract lots of other great beings, but he wasn't afraid of anyone. He just didn't want any trouble. Young one, you're indeed confident, 5 Chaos Master's voice rumbled. Sadly, the consequence is to die earlier. 5 Chaos Master dashed at Luo Feng, almost 100 times faster than light. After a short conversation, he was less than 3 billion kilometers away from Luo Feng, and that single-eye phantom became larger. The single-eyed phantom started to gleam. The sky and land abruptly changed. The world changed. Luo Feng and the golden horned lizard were trapped in a whole new world, and the giant eye floating in the sky looked down upon the land. In this new world, there were 5 different colors, including gold and turquoise. As for Luo Feng, he was maintaining Golden Country, and he triggered the Flame Ocean. 5 Chaos Sector. Water Ripple Prison. Destroy. The noise resounded in that world, and the 5-colored light and the water ripples merged together. Golden Country was annihilated, and the 5-colored light was combined, forming 5 giant fingers that grabbed for Luo Feng. No. Luo Feng was intimidated. His godly power was weak, so Golden Country was only slightly more powerful than Water Ripple Prison. Water Ripple Prison and this world combined had routed Golden Country. Luo Feng clenched his teeth. Up. The endless chaos airflow permeated the world, and the micro-universe membrane was attached to the limit of the world. It was a great feat to perform miniature universe in Universe Ocean, and with Golden Country, the power surged. The 5 fingers dissipated again. Luo Feng manipulated miniature universe and Golden Country to hit the world, which consumed the energies in miniature universe much more quickly. At the same time, the world was hit by the lava whirlpool. The world crumbled. And at the same time, miniature universe withered away. What a great wing. It can resist both of my moves. 5 Chaos Master stared at Luo Feng in the distance, and suddenly, strange black scales appeared on his body. His right hand became gold. I've fought your teacher with all my power before. I can't believe I need to use all my power to fight you. All your power? Luo Feng suddenly smiled weirdly. The facial expression of 5 Chaos Master changed, and he looked to the sky as if he'd just noticed something. Suddenly, an incredibly giant arm showed up in the sky. The towering molten lava devil god emerged from the lava ocean. The golden lizard started to run first. Molten lava devil god. Molten lava devil god. Ultimate Arrow Master grew anxious as well. Let's go. 5 Chaos Master started to run. It was the horrifying molten lava devil god. Endless golden light and flames trapped 5 Chaos Master, Ultimate Arrow Master, and the golden horned lizard. Go? Madness flashed in Luo Feng's eyes. Nobody is going anywhere. 5 Chaos Master looked at molten lava devil god, who had appeared from the lava ocean high in the sky, and felt something amiss. He was shocked inwardly, as he knew that trouble was brewing, yet he maintained a calm composure. He knew that based on the distance between molten lava devil god and himself, given his ability, he would have enough time to escape to the tangency point deep within that underground maze to teleport himself away. The surrounding space was frozen, thus disabling teleportation. Likewise, at the entrance of the underground maze, teleportation was impossible. Only at the deepest area of the cave, waves were gradually showing. One had to reach a tangent position before escape was possible. How lucky that human was, said 5 Chaos Master. If molten lava devil god had not appeared, I would give him a taste of my 5 beasts' great extermination. 5 Chaos Master set his standards high. Out of all the new generation universe masters of the primal universe, only the top-notch ones had fought against him. To him, even Star River Master was no threat. Star River Master, a weird, unique life form, was barely comparable to him in battle. Only Primal Chaos City Leader was able to earn some of his respect. Primal Chaos City Leader's human godly body was comparatively smaller, but he was able to go head-on with 5 Chaos Masters' 5 Beast Great Extermination. 5 Beast Great Extermination was a fusion technique composed of the most powerful techniques of the 5 Beast Gods' path. Executed together with his precious and rare true treasure, the power was so great that it was unbelievable. He had spent more one reincarnation era to bring this technique to completion, yet Primal Chaos City Leader was able to fight him all the same. To him, the only one from the Primal Universe who could hope to become a Universe Supreme Master was none other than Primal Chaos City Leader. A few thoughts flashed through his mind. 5 Chaos Master was about to turn and make a rapid escape when he suddenly felt an endless, golden, blazing flame in his surroundings, suppressing and squashing him relentlessly. He felt as if countless ropes were binding and tying him up. What? 5 Chaos Master turned his head in disbelief as he looked at Luo Feng behind him. If there were no obstructions, he could escape. Yet with this terrifying obstruction, he had no time at all. From his Golden Kingdom, Luo Feng's voice resonated in the ears of 5 Chaos Master, Yinu, and Ultimate Arrow Master. No one leaves. Human Silver Wings Horde Leader, are you out of your mind? Ultimate Arrow Master had been calm about killing Luo Feng, but was now on tenterhooks. It was not worth it, not at the expense of his life. He was not willing to die. Silver Wings Horde Leader, I have already given up going after your life, the Golden Horned Lizard shouted in anxiety. You should not stop me further. They want to kill you, not me. 5 Chaos Leader was staring coldly. Apparently, he was extremely furious. Silver Wings Horde Leader, are you thinking of perishing together? Perishing together? Luo Feng said. He was flying at lightning speed. The obstacles you all are facing now are helpful boosters to me. This is my territory. Ha ha, of course you are the ones to die while I live. 5 Chaos Master. I heard you have another body, but I'm afraid even your strongest body would go crazy if you lose this precious and rare true treasure that you have painstakingly spent 3 reincarnation eras to gather to completion. We die and you live. 5 Chaos Master's voice was transmitted to Golden Kingdom. What arrogance. Once I execute 5 Chaos Sector, together with my water ripple prison, I would be able to bring you under complete suppression, unless you execute your miniature universe. But even if you did, 5 Chaos Sector and miniature universe would perish together. Thereafter, I would be sure to execute it again. You and I will be in a standoff, by then, no one will be able to escape. I have lived for close to 3 reincarnation eras. It is nothing having to see my end, but it's different for you. How long have you lived so far? Life's too short, and perishing with me now is simply not worth it. Silver Wings Horde Leader, it is now more important to escape for dear life, Ultimate Arrow Master added. Yes, making it out alive is more important, said Yintuo, filled with anxiety. Ha ha. You have another body, and so do I, said Luo Feng. A standoff it shall be. At most, we die together. Luo Feng continued to fly at lightning speed. While description might take some time, when it came to communication with powers at their level, the speed of interactive transmission via godly power was so incredibly fast that it was intimidating. And the speed of Molten Lava Devil God was equally intimidating. Its power had attained an unbelievable level. Even Universe Supreme Masters, with supreme true treasures, would become flustered and run away the moment they saw him. This was enough to know his might. He was even referred to as a human form supreme true treasure, as he had reached the level of force against technique. All kinds of laws were meaningless to it, and its speed had reached a limit that far exceeded 100 times light speed. Its speed had exceeded thousands and millions of times the light speed. Just as he was emerging from within the lava ocean, both legs landed on the endless, black, rocky land. One stomp of this lofty molten lava devil monster, a towering figure of 10 million kilometers, was mightier than any other celestial rock by thousands and millions of times. Endless black rocks from the large surrounding domains were bashed to pieces in an instant. A large gully cracked open a distance away. At the same time, a surrounding area of a few billion meters of the black rocky land had completely sunken down by a few million kilometers. The impact of his single step was so strong that many caves and tunnels of the underground mazes deep beneath the affected land gave way and collapsed. One single step. It was as though he had trampled on the hearts and souls of 5 Chaos Master, Yinu, and Ultimate Arrow Master. All of them were filled with anxiety. Human, you really want to perish together? 5 Chaos Master demanded. His eyes looked murderous. This was his master body for battles, and he had brought along with him various precious true treasures, just like how Luo Feng had Star Tower and Shawu Wings with him. It was the same for 5 Chaos Master. It would drive him crazy to be annihilated. Human, hurry, hurry, hurry. Ultimate Arrow Master was mad with worry. Yin Tuo was truly worried. Silver Wings Horde Leader, I have given up trying to kill you. Why are you insisting of dragging me to doomsday with you? Although they were all crazy, the idea of dying at the hands of Molten Lava Devil God was too great an injustice for them. Instead of heeding their words, Luo Feng jested, if we all die together, we will have forged a friendship of life and death. 5 Chaos Master gazed at Molten Lava Devil God in the distance. Actually, Molten Lava Devil God was still very far away. Due to his massive godly body, he could clearly be seen even extremely far away. The distance might have been very far, but with his ability to use force against technique, and that speed of his, which exceeded 100 times light speed by thousands and millions of times, 5 Chaos Master was burning with anxiety. 5 Chaos Master's face grew distorted, and his eyes flashed murderous intentions. Through gritted teeth, he said, Silver Wings Horde Leader, if you continue to fight, we will all perish. And I swear, I, 5 Chaos, will come after you and hunt every single body of yours to death. Every body of yours that I see, I will hack to death. I welcome your attacks, Luo Feng taunted. The pressure you give me will be a good way for me to hone my skills. With such honing, I will be able to trample on you in the future, and I shall enter the Hall of Universe Supreme Masters. Ultimate Arrow Master appeared conflicted. This annoying human was still in the mood for jokes in this life and death situation. But he was also aware that, for him to be joking at this moment, to even be able to laugh, it meant Luo Feng must have made his decision, and would not change his mind further. I do not, Yin Tuo stammered anxiously. You wanted to kill me for my treasure not long ago, isn't that so, said Luo Feng. At this point, you're still thinking of escaping, but it's too late. Luo Feng threw a glance at the golden horned lizard behind him, and at the same time, he saw the immeasurably towering, gigantic Molten Lava Devil God. It was very far away, yet Luo Feng could still feel a pressure exerted by its towering figure. 5 Chaos Master wailed, burning with rage. Oh, how angry and furious he was. This young fellow, whom he had no trouble killing before now, was thinking of dragging him to Hell's Gate. He did not want to meet his downfall at the hands of this young upstart, so he had to tolerate him. Silver Wings Horde Leader, we should escape together, he said. Release the domain's suppression over me. I swear I will not pursue you, and I will give you a pinnacle true treasure. 5 Chaos Master was really trying to compromise, because time was of the essence. In the distance, Molten Lava Devil God was approaching at lightning speed. Its huge legs were stepping on the endless, black, rocky land, and every step was a step of destruction. His attack was more terrifying than any other Universe Supreme Master. Gallop, trample, the endless rocky land was trembling. Silver Wings Horde Leader. 5 Chaos Master stared at Luo Feng. At this moment, his eyes inevitably betrayed the hint of a plea. For someone so arrogant like him to lower himself, this was not easy for him at all. Yet he was unwilling to give up everything precious that he had spent 3 reincarnation eras accumulating. Hurry. We do not have time to waste. Ultimate Arrow Master was pleading anxiously. Silver Wings Horde Leader. Silver Wings Horde Leader. Why didn't I hurry off earlier when I still could, lamented Yin Tuo. I should never have stayed behind to watch the crossfire between Luo Feng and 5 Chaos Master. Being a busybody, now I have to pay with my life. Laughed Luo Feng. Earlier, he had been joking and teasing. Suddenly, his eyes burned with murderous intent. His face became dark and frightening. The almighty 5 Chaos Master is actually begging. How interesting. Dream on. Previously, I allowed you to trample on me in any way you liked, but did the thought of just letting me go ever occur to you? Now you want to leave. Too late. We did give you chances previously. Ultimate Arrow Master quickly protested. Chances? Those were chances. You told me to leave my palace true treasure, and Wings true treasure. Then you would spare my life. Luo Feng sneered. Very well, 5 Chaos Master. You shall hand over Forbidden Temple and Extermination godly armor. Then I will let you go. As for you, Ultimate Arrow Master, you shall hand over Core of Blade Sector, and I will let you go. Yintuo, you shall hand over Golden Sulphone armor. I will spare your life. 5 Chaos Master, Ultimate Arrow Master, and Yintuo went silent, especially 5 Chaos Master. Water Ripple Prison was a pinnacle domain true treasure, while Forbidden Temple was a pinnacle palace true treasure. Extermination godly armor was his life. It was more precious that Water Ripple Prison and Forbidden Temple put together. It was comparable to a unique object. Didn't you all say you gave me chances, said Luo Feng. I am now giving you all chances, too. Your chances are here. Take them. His eyes were filled with jest and indifference. Molten Lava Devil God's footwork was extremely fast. Every step could cover at least 10 billion kilometers. He was within eyesight now. Molten Lava Devil God was becoming bigger and bigger, which made 5 Chaos Leader increasingly anxious, so anxious that he was losing his sanity. He wished he could devour Luo Feng bite by bite. He wanted to bite off mouthfuls of Luo Feng's flesh and bones and suck his blood dry. This loathsome Luo Feng. 5 Chaos Master was raging in his heart. Don't you think of going out of here alive? 5 Chaos Master suddenly roared. Behind him, a single-eyed shadow released an endless light, inducing a change between the heavens and the earth, which transformed into a world of 5 Chaos Sector within an instant. Water Ripple Prison was executed once again. Together with 5 Chaos Sector, Luo Feng's Golden Kingdom and Blazing Flames Ocean were annihilated in an instant. Yet Luo Feng maintained his sickening smile and executed Miniature Universe. An endless chaotic airflow spread out. On the one hand, there was 5 Chaos Sector and Water Ripple Prison. On the other hand, there was Golden Kingdom, Miniature Universe, and Blazing Flames Ocean. The two were crazily entangled, with Miniature Universe and 5 Chaos Sector constantly colliding against one another. Both were shattered into shards and pieces. However, they had been fighting for only a split second. Molten Lava Devil God had progressed to dangerously close by. Near Molten Lava Devil God, the Golden Horned Lizard said in a voice filled with despair, "It is too late now. This video will end here.